In Super Smash Bros. Melee, every character has their own unique Break the Target stage. This stage complements their moveset. Normally, each character would only have access to their own Break the Target stage, but by using mods, we're able to have access to all 25 Break the Target stages with every single character. In this episode, we're trying out all the stages as Mr. Game & Watch to see which ones are possible and which ones aren't. Now for Mr. Game & Watch. And I gotta say, Mr. Game & Watch is definitely one of my favorite Super Smash Bros. Characters when it comes to just his movement and just the character in general. Like, it's such a unique concept. Like, if Mr. Game & Watch wasn't in Smash, no one would really be asking for him, you know? I don't think many people would be like, oh, we should have some Game & Watch representation, so very cool character. No, I think having obscure characters in Smash is pretty cool. It doesn't have to be the most popular character. Sometimes having a character like Mr. Game & Watch, which really shows a part of Nintendo's histories, ends up being really cool. Like, characters like Rob, Mr. Game & Watch, Ice Climbers, and Piranha Plant I think are great additions to the franchise, and it definitely should be like a popularity contest to see who gets in. Even though they do have popularity contests to see who's going to go in with characters like Bayonetta.
Ready, go!
Because for characters like Waluigi and even Skull Kid, I think they'd be great additions to Smash, and they're definitely a little bit more obscure. I guess Waluigi, most people know who he is. He hasn't had a game, but I think he'd definitely be a very cool addition to Smash. Same with Skull Kid. I don't know, anything with Majora's Mask in Smash I've always found really cool. But I actually played a little bit of Mr. Game & Watch for my Game Boy Advance, because I actually had an e-reader, if you guys know what that is, and I had these Mr. Game & Watch e-reader cards. I remember playing the Game & Watch game like a fair bit when I was growing up. One of my favorite things about Mr. Game & Watch is definitely his judgment move, because his judgment move is pretty much like having critical hits in Super Smash Bros. In a sense. Because you look at games like Pokemon or Team Fortress 2 that have critical hits, and a lot of people, I guess, really dislike critical hits. Like, I've seen video essays about why critical hits should be removed from like Team Fortress 2 and stuff. In my opinion, critical hits add so much fun into the game. Like, there's no better feeling than getting, like, a critical hit in Team Fortress 2, or even in Pokemon, critical hits add a lot of fun and luck into the game. And it's just cool that Mr. Game & Watch has that Judgment 9 move, where you have a 1 in 9 chance of getting, like, a critical hit, which usually kills, depending on their percentage, of course. Is honestly getting a critical hit in a Pokemon battle, which is difficult, and getting a critical hit in Team Fortress 2, and getting a 9 with Mr. Game & Watch, you get the same feeling with all three of those for me. I wish there was more competitive Game & Watch players, because watching competitive Smash and seeing like a Game & Watch player hit a 9 is probably like one of the most satisfying things to watch. I'm sure there's like compilations out there, because there obviously are competitive Game & Watch players, but not as much as I'd like, I guess. I remember watching a Q&A, and James Rolfe, who's the angry video game nerd, was saying that Mr. Game & Watch is his favorite Smash character, which Makes sense. Like, I could definitely see James having fun with Mr. Game & Watch trying to get Judgment 9s, and definitely kind of suits his personality a bit. To be honest, I think I like the characters with very unique movesets and lots of projectiles the most. Villager is probably my favorite with his tree. And then Duck Hunt's a lot of fun too with all his projectiles. We've got Ice Climbers, and this just seems like it works because you got two very retro fighters here. I wonder if there was ever an Ice Climbers Game & Watch system. I'll do some research and I'll pop it up on the screen right now if there is. One thing with Game & Watch is every episode I do these music edits at the start where the starting theme matches up to the character selection screen. And for Game & Watch, I went through so much music from the Mr. Game & Watch franchise, from like the Game & Watch Gallery games for the Game Boy Color, to try to find a good theme to sync it up with the music. And I ended up just using Flat Zone 1's theme from Melee, and it just barely was able to sync up. Like, it was really slow, like you probably noticed that at the start. And sadly, that Flat Zone 1 theme had 24 notes at the start, so it wasn't quite perfect, because when it comes to the intro edits I do, my favorite one by far, and this is probably the best one, is the Zelda one, because it syncs up perfectly. Just because of the way the Sheik theme goes. It has like 25 notes in total, and the Sheik theme actually goes 7-7-11. Just honestly synced up perfectly on that episode, if anybody noticed that. That was very pleasing. But who knows, maybe there'll be a couple other really good intro edits that I'll be able to do for other themes.
Ready? Go!
Okay, that's one way to do it. Come on, make it. Yes. So the next character we're going to be doing is Marth, and I think Marth should have some pretty good music for the intro edit because of the Fire Emblem series. And I'm pretty curious to see how Marth does. I think he's going to do a lot better than most people will expect. Alright, now we got Jigglypuffs here. And this one I'm really curious about. So we can get these targets pretty easily. Alright, try that one again. So yeah, so now we just got 2 targets left. So my first idea was to get this one through the wall. So I turned on hitboxes here so we can see what's going on. It looks like his back air is just shy. You can almost hit it. And then if you look at his forward air here, that is not as close as the back air, but close. Yeah, not even close, though. We can't hit that one through the wall. One thing I learned is if you look at his judgments, 9 has a smaller hitbox. Yeah, see how 9 has a smaller hitbox, but I never knew that. Yeah, I'm gonna try to task this one, and I think with frame perfect movements, we can probably get it to one target left. So this is the task that I made for this one, and as you can see, if we go like kind of below the screen, we're able to just get that last target.
Ready? Go!
Alright, now Mewtwo's here, and Game & Watch is a pretty good character to Mewtwo.
Complete. Ready? Go!
And I got Marth.
Complete. Ready? Go!
Next up, we got Dr. Mario's here. I gotta say, I really like just Mr. Game & Watch's movement. Like, his up B honestly comes in handy so much during this challenge.
Complete. Ready?
Alright, now Ganondorf, and Game & Watch should be able to do this one pretty fast.
Ready?
Right now, Falco's, and I wonder if Game & Watch will be able to get that last target regularly. Yeah, there we go. Right, just these last ones. I think it should pop up just right here. Oh yeah, you can make it up, no problem. So pretty good recovery.
Ready?
But is his recovery good enough to get out of this pit? Doesn't look like it. Sadly, the big 9 is remaining for this one.
Ready? Go!
We really haven't used the bacon that much this episode. There's been too much to do with it.
Complete. Ready? Go!
Alright, now lastly we got Roy.
Complete.
Yeah, so overall, Mr. Game & Watch was a pretty good character. Sadly, couldn't do Young Link's or Jigglypuff. Got stumped by the 2 hardest courses. And next episode is going to be Marth. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. If you could leave a like or maybe even subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. And I hope that you guys all have a great day.